away from the rim and enjoy your own work, my friend.
When it comes to players in the National Basketball Association, next to no power forward is loved as much as Anthony Davis, whose position in the Los Angeles Lakers has been solidified by pure talent and dedication. And with the insane amount of popularity that the superstar has garnered over the last few years, it's no wonder that everyone wants to know more about him. But what are some of the things you might not know about Anthony Davis? And has he been keeping any secrets from his followers? Well, whether you're a fan of the Lakers frontman or just want to know as much as possible about one of the greatest players in the league, you've come to the right place, as we're about to take a deep dive into the life of Anthony Davis. So, strap yourselves in and get ready for an informative ride, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on, so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Number 1. His early childhood. Anthony Marshawn Davis Jr., as he is formerly known, was born in Chicago, Illinois on the 11th of March, 1993, making him only 28 years of age at the moment. And although the man has a lot going for him, the first thing that people tend to notice about him is his gigantic height and wingspan, coming in at a whopping 2.08 meters and 2.27 meters respectively. As it turns out, he got these genes from his father, Anthony Davis Sr., while his mother, Arainer Davis, was of regular stature. Davis also has a twin sister named Antoinette, as well as an older sister, Leisha Davis, who also decided to shoot her shot and become a basketball player of note. Unlike the majority of young African-American males in Chicago, Anthony lived a pretty easy life. His parents stayed together and supported him through all the hardships he experienced. They also made sure to teach him how to become one of the most kind-hearted players in the league, never disrespecting his fellow players and opponents regardless of the situation at hand. Other than this, his early childhood was pretty bland and involved him going to school and growing increasingly interested in basketball, the sport that would later launch his name into legendary status. Number 2. His high school basketball career. Being from the south side of Chicago, Anthony ended up attending Perspective's charter school from the 6th grade onwards, which is where he began to play basketball for more than just mere fun. It didn't seem to matter that this team of his played in the blue division of the Chicago Public High School League, though, which is known to be ignored by the media because of its low level of competition. In fact, since his high school functioned as a maths and science academy that was more interested in academics and less in sports, his team found themselves practicing on the grounds of the nearby Second Presbyterian Church, as Perspective's charter school had no court on its own grounds. Having not grown to the gigantic stature we now know him for, Davis came to be known as the little guy who would shoot threes from the corner, or just the little guy for short. But this nickname had to be changed once he reached a height of 1.83 meters at the end of his freshman year, and measured up to around 1.93 meters towards the end of his sophomore year. And it was with this incredible growth spurt of his that his talent and dedication towards the sport began to grow to such an extent that his parents considered moving him to one of Chicago's many basketball powerhouses. They did end up keeping him at Perspectives, though, with Hyde Park Career Academy head coach Donnie Kirksey advising against it, after being told by Kirksey that if he was truly good enough, he would be found regardless of where he is playing. Anthony ended up putting the pedal to the metal. He came to be rated as the #1 player in the class of 2011 by Scout.com, and was shortly thereafter listed in the ESPNU 100. But the attention really came quickly when he started to play on the Mean Streets AAU team in the spring of his junior year. His performance in the AAU League saw him being offered a scholarship with Syracuse University and being invited to a development camp by NBA Top 100 camp director Dave Tellep. He did, however, decide to sign with Kentucky a short while later. Number 3. He doesn't like to complain. As we mentioned earlier, Anthony Davis ended up committing himself to the Kentucky Wildcats, but he didn't end up staying there for long, after announcing that he would be available to be picked up for the 2012 NBA Draft. In his only year at Kentucky, Davis ended up averaging around 8.5 shots a game, which was clearly unusual for a Player of the Year award winner, which he picked up at the end of the season. Quite a few of these shots were considered to be putbacks that had been missed by his teammates. Speaking up on this unique issue, his teammate Darius Miller said, "We don't run a lot of plays for him, but he never complains about anything. so it seems as if his college team pretty much left him to his own devices in a bit of a supporting role, which would have caused other legends of NBA to shout this from the rooftops in an attempt to get more playtime and better statistics. The same clearly cannot be said about Anthony Davis though, who was just happy enough to be playing the game that he loves. And it's not like the guy had a terrible season either. In fact, he ended up leading the nation with 4.7 blocks and 10.4 rebounds per game on average. It was also in the championship game that he outperformed all other players, grabbing 16 rebounds and blocking a total of 6 shots. Although he only played 1 year for Kentucky, he ended up walking away with every major honor around at the time. This included being named the National Freshman of the Year, Most Outstanding Player in the Tournament, Defensive Player of the Year, and First Team All-American. The man made a name for himself. Number 4. He is an Olympic medalist. The majority of fans know that Anthony Davis played for the American Olympic squad at the 2012 London Games, where he was able to secure a gold medal for himself. But what fans might not know is just how much time he actually played. He has, in many interviews, joked about the fact that he was responsible for warming up the bench and handing out the towels, while better players did all the hard work. But this isn't actually far from the truth. You see, Anthony only played a grand total of 7.6 minutes per game in the Olympics, making a total of 11 shots in the entirety of the tournament. That being said, he was the first team member of the American national sides since Emeka Okafor to ever be given a spot without any prior NBA experience, which, on the topic, coaching staff indicated that they were scared due to his inexperience, but wanted him on the bench to use as a secret weapon just in case things went belly side up. And when the 2014 Spanish Olympic Games came along, Anthony was once more able to win himself a gold medal, but this time played enough of the game to feel like he deserved it. Number 5. Fearing the brow. While most NBA players are quite conceited both on and off the court, the same cannot be said for Anthony Davis, who has been known to make fun of himself on the odd occasion. Having been bullied for his monobrow while growing up, you'd expect the man to be quite insecure about what many have come to call his forehead mustache. But rather than have this little problem of his taken care of, he embraced it, trademarking the slogan of "Fear the Brow" for business reasons. When asked about this feature of his, he mentioned that it's something that sets him apart from the other players in the league. It's unique, and people should never be ashamed of looking the way they were born. It looked like the time for a shave did eventually come in April of 2018 though, which is when Davis made waves on social media by posting a picture of himself with 2 eyebrows and a razor in his hands. People couldn't believe what they were seeing, and for good reason as well. You see, it was an April Fool's joke, and Anthony was just pulling everyone's leg. In fact, since this feature is now part of both him and his brand, it would be silly to get rid of. Now that's how you own something that many others would be insecure about. Number 6. The most improved player in the league. Something that Anthony Davis is known for across the league is his incredible dedication and desire to be better regardless of his statistics. But what fans of the basketball legend don't always comprehend is just how much he has improved his game and stature. When he reported as a rookie for the Pelicans, Davis weighed around 215 pounds, but in less than a year, he bumped his weight up to 240 pounds. When he arrived to Los Angeles to report to the Lakers, he weighed in at 253 pounds, showing just how much muscle he had come to accumulate from both practice and training. His shooting range also saw a drastic improvement. As a rookie, he was recorded taking only 6 three-point shots. In fact, in his first 3 seasons, he had attempted only 25 three-pointers in total, making a measly 9 points from successful shots. But in his final 2 seasons with the Pelicans, one in which he only played 55 games, Anthony Davis ended up taking a total of 207 three-pointers, making 103 of them. The legendary icon went on to practice as much as he could, improving the only real negative statistic that he had at the time. What do you think of these incredible Anthony Davis facts? Be sure to let us know in the comments section down below.